Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment with me,
Alright.
BringItDon. So I went down here off camera, and it turns out it's a whole new area. It's not the catacombs that I thought it was. It looks like it's just garbage. Kind of like it was like intestines and stuff strewn about, but it looks like it's just garbage. Anyway, I said I was looking for Mantuok off camera, and there he is. Let's see, the were-rat hisses at you, but it stays its hand from its obvious desire to attack. Instead, it slinks backward, keeping an eye on you. Very well then. Let's talk to Mantuok. I like the green effect, it's very Skaven-esque with its warpstone appearance. Ooh, hello. Nothing. Let's do once around, then we'll go talk to Mantuok. I plan on killing him so that I can take that black book everyone was talking about. Which means I'm probably going to have to kill all these were-rats, because I'm sure they will all attack me at the same time. You see a half-man, half-rat hybrid. Its red eyes gleam with a certain cunning, and the voice that issues from its mouth is oily and insinuating. So, a biped comes slinking into the nest of Lothar's servants. What do you want, man? And where do you intend to go? Step lightly, intruder, and speak the truth to Mantuok. Who are you? I am Mantuok. It's a weird chime. I am the voice of many as one, and the emissary of Lothar, master of the bones. I speak here, and you answer. What do you want here? You work for both of them? Doesn't that test your loyalty? And why should it, The master knows the secrets of power, and the many know the secret of the city. Perhaps someday I shall play them against each other and become the greater for it. Many as one sees many advantages in such an arrangement, and the conversion of the buried village dwellers can help to extend the reach of Lothar and many as one. I'll benefit, yes? Now, what is your purpose here? I seek the master of this place. You seek Lothar? Yet you have come from his sanctum. Go now, and I shall forget I have ever seen you. Just looking around. That is unacceptable. You must have a purpose in the kin's nest. Then I'll leave. Yes, you will. Return not, or you shall suffer. I'm not suffering.
Aye?
I got an idea.
Might as well. Ready. Why not? Shadow I am. Let the shadows. Not this time.
Oh, alright. They're hostile.
Done.
Bite's not working on this thing. Bite's not working on this thing.
That's what I want. Oh, he doesn't have those teeth. Son of a gun. Where are they at?
Hey.
That's why. He needs a magic weapon. Alright, and then we should have spells. Do we have anything AoE? Not particularly, no.
Endure. In enduring growth. Guys.
You see that?
Things true. Valley. Dead.
Alright, and...
Yeah.
Skull Mob. What is this? One can summon an avalanche of his friends from the bones of the night to come and take a bite out of a target. The magic resistance does not affect this ability. The target gets no saving throw against this effect. The skulls do 1 to 4 hit points of normal piercing damage per Mort's level. Mort can only use this ability once per day.
Y'all kind of balls is this to say?
I hear your words.
I'm here.
I had to wake up from the dead in a place like this.
Oh, hey,
Must
this
be
guy.
right.
It's hostile.
Aye, what?
All right.
Oh wait, are any of these Mantuok skull?
I will hear you.
There we go.
Done.
Maybe we can sell that to Lothar? Alright, anyway, let's see what this black book is all about. Alright, the Grimoire of Pestilential Thought. This black-bound tome seems to radiate a slight rotting smell, and the covers are unpleasant to the touch, like uncured human flesh out in the sun. Rusted buckles on the cover seal it against the elements. It is the Grimoire of Pestilential Thought, an arcane tome created ages ago for purposes unknown, the purpose of which is to teach mortals the nature of evil. Some sages warn against its use, while others urge it. It is said to grant mighty magical powers when services are performed for it. Let's talk to it. As you touch the book, you hear a voice. I greet thee, master. How may this humble tome serve you? You can talk? One moment. That I can, master, in many different languages. Only you should take care that none see us conversing, for they cannot hear me. And master, speech is but one of my powers. What can you do? What can you do, and what are your powers? I can grant you abilities that will allow you greater latitude in life's vicissitudes, master, and I can offer advice to you. What abilities do you mean? These are powers, my master, that can improve your life immeasurably. Unfortunately, the laws that bind me, they demand a small service and recompense for these powers. A small service like what? The service required is a trifling one, my master. I would barely mention it if it were not for the sake of the laws that bind me to these pages. The book pauses. To light my power, you must sacrifice but a small bit of yourself, my master. You must spill blood upon the first of my pages. This act will serve to strengthen the chain between us and allow me to help you reach your full potential. It is a small price to pay for the spells that will come to be at your disposal. Alright, here.
Updated my journal.
You cut yourself and allow a few drops of blood to drip upon the page. A strange chill settles in your bones, and you feel empty and hurt. At the same time, there's a feeling of triumph. You've learned a new spell, blindness. This is your power now, master. Know that this is but the first power that lies in my pages. Alright, tell me of these other powers. The voice of the book seems saddened. Unfortunately, master, the laws that bind me demand a greater sacrifice in return for greater power. I grant these powers to you freely, but as you can see, I am bound. What is the sacrifice? The second sacrifice is that you sell one of your companions into durance, bondage, slavery. This will signify the binding between you and the power. Your companion represents the power placed at your disposal. There are those in the clerk's ward, I am given to understand, who will aid you in this quest. Seek out Vershika the Importer. I'll think about it. Give me some advice, will you?
Updated my journal.
You wish my knowledge, master? Yes. I bestow this advice. Be wary of those you keep close to you. Never take them fully into your confidence, and never dilute your strength by sharing it. Many emperors I have known have done such, and I do not wish you to suffer the same fate. Okay.
Updated my journal.
That's enough for now. Oh, hello.
Done.
Let's see if we can give Mantuok's skull to Lothar. Nope. Doesn't seem like there is a reason. Or is a way.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm gonna go
Alright.
rest at Guilt Spurs, heal everybody up real quick. We're also gonna try and sell some stuff. So I know I have a crap ton of... I think I'm gonna sell this, because I feel like I don't want to sell my companions. And I'm sure that past that I'm gonna have to kill a companion or something. For more power. So I'll hold on to it for now. Oh yeah, I want to rest. Wait, did I not rest? Oh, we're not scattered. They're just
Your
standing
will
right there.
be done.
There we go.
All right.
Alright, so that's the market. Let's go to, let's get to the market first.
I'm gone.
Alright, so a bunch of shoppers. I see Cinder, Laszlo, Karina, Anzi, or Anze, and Alec, and Drixel.
What you be wanting now? Right?
Clipped copper piece.
That's too much. It's the finest material.
Put it down.
For me.
Oh, stuff Zachariah's liver. I still have his heart as well. Okay. Oh, scroll of blindness. Do I know that? I already know blindness. Great. Does he know blindness? Oh, I didn't know there was a limited, What's lame? Regardless, what is this? Clipped copper charm. Minor copper blessing, +1 to luck, temporary. This copper piece has been clipped. Most of the copper has been shaved off, no doubt to still keep the appearance it is a coin, and allowing the clipper to use the shaved copper to make another coin. Although many hive dwellers practice this method of making money, when the faded faction practices it, they do so with a frightening sense of purpose, creating charms that reflect their own miserly natures. Okay. I might just sell it, honestly. I'm not a big fan on temporary buffs
Done.
that aren't combat oriented. Corvus. Alright, let's talk to the Harmonium guys first. You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach, but then his eyes wander about the market. Good day, citizen. I am Guard Corvus. Greetings. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look, but glances over your shoulder. I have some questions. He nods to you. I'll help you if I can, citizen. He looks about the market expectantly. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I am Harmonium Guard Corvus, citizen. I help keep the peace here at the market. He glances about for a moment, then looks at you. Tell me about the Harmonium. Our belief is simple. We are the light, we are the way, we are order. We are truth. We maintain and enforce order here in Sigil. We police the city. He looks about again. What can you tell me of the other factions? I know little about them, citizen. I'm sorry, but you will have to take your questions to a representative of their order for answers. He smiles, then looks about. Do you know someone named Lenny? He frowns in thought. Lenny. Yes, I know a thief who goes by that name. He can usually be found over by the siege tower. What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look. Anything I know about that individual is Harmonium business, citizen. I cannot discuss such matters with strangers. Perhaps after I get to know you better. Do you know someone named Byron Pickett? He frowns and nods his head. Yes, I am familiar with Byron. What can you tell me about him? He gives you a stern look. Anything I know about that individual? Yeah, okay. I need to buy some weapons. You need to talk to Anze, citizen. He can help you. He's over by the furnace. Alright. I would like to buy some magic items. You need to talk to Alec, citizen. He can help you. He's over... okay. Try to see what he's looking at. You glance over your shoulder and notice a young lady wandering about the market. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her. You seem preoccupied. What are you looking at? He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon, citizen. Please excuse me. His eyes wander back to the young woman, and his voice fades almost to a whisper. She has the voice of an angel, and she is such a pretty young thing. He sighs. Why don't you go talk to her? You seem quite infatuated with her.
Updated my journal.
An uncomfortable silence fills the air. Finally, he turns his attention back to you. I just couldn't. I mean, a woman like that, well, she must be... He sighs and pauses for a moment. Was there anything else I can help you with, citizen? Alright, well.
I'm gone.
It's probably Karina, right? You see a pretty young woman wearing simple clothes. She wanders about the market and examines everything, but does not make any purchases. You notice that people seem to be avoiding her, but they try not to make it obvious. She flashes you a warm smile as you approach. Greetings. Her smile broadens. Hello, I'm Karina. It's a pleasure to meet you. A pleasure to meet you, Cutter. She continues to smile and waits for your response. I have some questions. She nods her head. Alright, what do you want to know? Where can I buy some weapons? She smiles and points to one of the counters. Anze over there sells weapons. All kinds of weapons. Are you a warrior? How silly of me. Of course you are. I mean, how could you not be with all those scars? Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't mention those. You're not sensitive about them, are you? No, I've gotten used to them. She looks relieved. Oh, good. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, or anyone else's for that matter. You just have to be careful what you say to someone, you know? I mean, people are different, and you never know what may offend one person and may not offend another. So, anyway. She pauses for a breath and smiles at you. Where can I buy some magic? She smiles and points to one of the counters. Alec over there sells magic things. Are you a mage? You don't look like one, but I guess looks can be rather deceiving. I don't know what a mage really looks like, now that I think about it. Do you? No, not really. She gets excited and points a finger at you. See, that's just what I mean. They have all this awesome power and can do really incredible things, but you can't tell just by looking at them. They can sneak up on you. They can sneak up on you that way. I mean, priests and warriors and whatnot, they have all this obvious stuff and that they run around with, and you can just tell that they are so... And you can tell what they are, so you know to be careful. But not mages. She gives you a matter-of-fact look. That sentence, I couldn't focus at all. Alright. You, really like to talk, don't you? She shuffles her feet and looks embarrassed. Well, I've been told that I probably talk a bit too much, and, well, people tend to avoid me. And I don't really have any friends, or male friends courting me. Sometimes I get lonely. Her voice gets lower and lower until she is finally silent. She stares at the ground at her feet. Well, I don't think you're a bad person, Karina. I happen to like you.
Updated my journal.
She gives you a hopeful look. Really? Thank you so much. I don't know your name. I don't remember my name. She frowns, starts to say something, and then thinks better of it. She shrugs her shoulders. I mean, what's in a name? It's just nice to know I have a friend. She smiles. Very well, Karina. So can I not talk to her about...
I'm gone.
Corvus? I'm assuming that's who Corvus is interested in. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Try to see what he's looking at. You glance over your shoulder and see Karina wandering nearby. Corvus seems to have his eyes locked on her as she wanders about. Her name is Karina. He snaps his attention back to you. I beg your pardon. You know her, citizen? He looks at Karina again. Voice of an angel and such a pretty young thing. Yes, and she's also lonely. I'm certain she would welcome the company of a gentleman.
Updated my journal.
He glances at you, then back at Karina. Excuse me a moment, citizen. He steps around you and heads towards Karina. Alright. Corvus returns to you and is smiling brightly. Thank you, friend. Our wonderful young lady. He looks a little glassy-eyed. My pleasure. Alright. And that's it. Oh yeah, I could probably talk to him about Lenny and stuff now, right? What can you tell me about him?
My journal.
Officially nothing. He pauses for a good moment before answering. Unofficially, he's a thief, and a good one. A master, I would say. Although he is a thief, he seems to have some ethics. He has never been suspected of assault or murder. He has managed to avoid the law on numerous occasions. He pauses. Anything else?
Updated my journal.
Yes. I would not be afraid to turn my back to Lenny. There are a few people I can say that about, but Lenny is one of them. He shrugs. That is all, friend. Alright, let's ask him about Byron then. What can you tell me about
My
him?
journal.
Officially nothing. He pauses for a moment before answering. Unofficially, he is suspected of being behind most of the criminal activity here at the market. We believe him to be responsible for the murder of a merchant named Zach. His list of suspected crimes is quite long. He pauses. Anything else?
Updated my journal.
Yes. I would not turn my back to him, and I would think twice about being anywhere alone with him. He shrugs. That is all, friend. Okay, that's interesting. So Lenny,
Gone.
the Harmonium officer, has a high opinion of Lenny, or a low one of Byron. You see a tall man in plate armor. The armor is of unusual construction, with spikes flaring from the shoulders, elbows, and forearms. He nods at your approach. Good day, citizen. And greetings. How may I help you, citizen? He gives you a friendly look. I have some questions. He smiles. Certainly, citizen. Who are you? He gives you a slight bow. I am Harmonium Guard Drixel, citizen. I keep the peace here at the market. Tell me about the Harmonium. Alright, this one's a little different. He snaps to attention. Our belief is simple. We are the light, we are the way, we are order, we are truth. He steals his expression. There wasn't even a question of me joining them. You see, some perks talk about doing battle with chaos to restore order and harmony, but they haven't got the stones to do anything about it. The Harmonium, we take action. We keep order on Sigil streets and on the plains. He nods at you matter-of-factly. Go on. He looks even bolder as he speaks. And we don't keep order with words. We fight, and fight hard to maintain and enforce order. Cross-traders, Knights of the Post, Indepts, Anarchists, Zalcetex, Tenari Fiends, all had best beware the Harmonium's shadow. Chaos can only exist in an air of tolerance. What can you tell me of the other factions? He looks rather bored, then shrugs his shoulders. Nothing. They are not a part of the truth that is the Harmonium. I have not studied them. I need to buy weapons. He gestures at the market. Plenty of merchants here, citizen. You can find what you need with them. And magic items? Same thing. Alright, how long have I been recording? Alright, let's talk to Alec. I'm actually going behind the counter. Alright. You see an older man with long white hair and weathered yellow skin. He stands tall despite his obvious age. He smiles and gives you a slight bow. Greetings. And to you as well, Cutter. How may I serve you? He raises his eyebrows as he awaits your answer. I'm interested in some spells. He nods and glances about the market. Forgive me, Cutter. I only sell magical items. You should talk to Cinder. His stall is over by the furnace toward the exit. Well, show me what you have for sale. He smells. Sells magic objects. Alright, that's cool. That's interesting. He has intelligence and wisdom. I don't know if that's... Immune to poison, resistant to magic, and save versus spells. That's pretty good. That's +1 to armor class. +2 to armor class. Alright, let's see what I can sell first. Clear up some of my inventory. Let's sell that, and... You know, I'm gonna sell this, because I can buy a bunch of, upgrades here. Like, I can get almost 4 of these off of that. Which I don't need, but... I don't know, should I keep it? It's gonna make... No, because the next upgrade is selling a companion, and I don't plan on doing that. So, let's get rid of that. Oh, not sell a companion. Alright, I think that's everything I can sell, right? Alright, who needs rings? Let me check real quick. I have to get rid of that one. I could use an upgrade. He could also use an upgrade. She needs an upgrade. Let's sell that one. Put that one on. Oh, this is all you can ask him. Alright, if I'm asking... Oh, that's a shopper. Never mind, I don't want to talk to the shopper. Let me see your wares again. And, so what do I have the Magus Guard on. Let's get the Magus Shield. Let me quick save, because I might be misunderstanding this. Where is it at? Oh, it goes... Okay, right there. Okay, so it is an increase of 2. That doesn't change his armor class at all. So I can sell that. Alright, cool. Exactly what I wanted to see. Wait, what happened to the, Oh, he won't buy it back? Or, well, I guess not buying it back, but... Alright, let me save. Let's see what these displacer rings do. Plus 2 to armor class, so let's buy one of them. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. That's not going to do her any favors because she's immune to poison with her current ring. And I can't sell that either. Well, that sucks. Alright, well, I'll get her a, oh boy, where's it at? Am I going crazy? What happened? Oh, I guess there's only the one displacer ring. Alright, well, that's fine.
Done.
Oh yeah, let's see if I can ask him some questions. What am I doing? Oh, I can't, because I already... Alright, that's fine.
I'm gone.
Alright, one moment. I'm gonna see how long I've been recording. Oh, no, we still have some time.
Done.
What? Yeah, I definitely lost track of my... Man. I was off by 10 minutes. Alright, you see an older, stern-looking man. His face is a mixture of wrinkles and frown lines. Greetings. He gives you a quick, stiff brow. Aye, greeting to ye as well. Anze is me name. What you be needin'? Have some questions. He gives you a toothless grin. I reckon I got the time to give you the chant. What you be needin' to know? What's the furnace used for? He glances at the furnace and then lowers his voice. The furnace does nothing other than teach me lazy boy responsibility. That boy's always yapping and talking and such. Reckons himself a scholar and don't know the value of real work. If you have serious questions, well, he may be better to ask than me. Alright, I do have more questions. I need to buy some weapons. Oh, perfect. Miso dagger is still not as good as my current weapon. Magic punch daggers, 1 to 4, plus 2 piercing damage. I think hers are better. Yeah, 2 to 8 plus 2. Yeah, it's really good. She has really good punch daggers. I need to buy some magic items. You talk to Alec next door. He may have what you need. He gestures at the counter to his left. Alright. This is what I'm using. This is only plus 1 piercing. This is a little bit better. But I'm not too worried about that. See, now is hers fists as well? Yeah. I don't know. Nothing there I really want. Let's talk to Laszlo. You see a young boy with pale yellow skin. His clothes are dirty and in need of mending. Currently he is tending a furnace. Greetings. He turns and gives a half smile as he sets down his work. Hail, do you need some help? Yes, I have some questions. I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What is it I can answer for you? What is this place? This place? He glances around. It's the open air market. A lot of buyers and sellers come here to set up their kip for the day. I've been here for a good time. I've been working here for a while under the eye of Midah. He looks a little distant. One day I could be running his stall. I could. And what is it that you do here? He points proudly at the furnace. The furnace, it's used to... He shrugs his shoulders. I don't know what it's used for, but my Da says it's important to keep it stoked and burning right. He wipes sweat from his brow and glances about. Is your father one of the merchants here? He nods. Anze is his name. That's my Da's stall over there. He gestures at a stall to the right of the furnace. If you don't have what you need, he may be able to point you to it. What kinds of goods are available? Thanks for a bit. There's many things to be had. Food, drink, magic weapons. Are you looking to buy some supplies, maybe? Where can I buy some magic items? Magic can be had. He looks around the area, then points towards the far counter. That's Alek's stall over there, and he might have some things. Where can I buy some weapons? My doc can help you. That's his stall over there. He points to a stall just to the right of the furnace. His name's Anze. Okay. What can you tell me about this ward? He nods. This here is the lower ward. Common folk live here, like me and Midah. His eyes widen a bit and he looks excited. Do you know why it's called the lower ward? No. Why is it called the lower ward? Well, as it's reckoned, the ward's got a mess of portals to the lower planes, all riddled through it like cheese. So it does. I suppose that's why the name stuck. He smiles proudly. Why are there so many lower plane portals here? Jeez, that was hard to say. Lower plane portals. He shrugs. It's a mystery to me. It's a mystery to me as it is to you, Cutter. Not sure if there is a reason for the portals as much as just circumstances. Could be the lady's will. Could just be chance, suppose. He shrugs again. Reading these accents is very difficult, just so you guys know. Reading them out loud. I can read them in my head, no problem, but trying to mimic that speech is difficult. Do any creatures ever come out of these portals? His eyes grow a little wider. They do. Most of them just stopping through. He swallows nervously and looks worried. You look nervous. You've seen this yourself? I've seen it. He pauses and swallows again. So just last week or so, I saw a couple of Abishai come through a portal. They talked a good bit, and one of them went back through. The one that stayed is still there. He frowns. What were they talking about? I don't know for sure. To me it was just hissing and such. But I think they was talking about the tower. He shrugs. The tower?
Updated my journal.
Aye, that's one of the strangest sights to be in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower has been around. You can't get into it, you know. Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. I'd be curious to know what's in there. He thinks for a moment. The Abishai was gesturing at the tower and the portal. They was looking for the key, I bet. What key? The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. Many have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard you try, you fail. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in.
Updated my journal.
I don't know, Cutter. Maybe. Tell me where this portal is located.
Updated my journal.
He stops to think for a moment. There's a drawbridge-like contraption back of the tower, east of the market. That's where it is. He gets a faraway look. So I think he's talking about where we killed Groshuk, the Abishai. What can you tell me about the city of Sigil? The center of the plains, the city where almost everything intersects. Never boring, really. The Lady of Pain is the law, and the rest of us mostly try and bang out a living under her shadow. He barks a laugh, then coughs. What can you tell me about the Lady of Pain? Don't know much about her. She keeps the powers out of Sigil, keeps the fiends out, and talks and deals with nobody, except maybe the Davis. She'll penny in the dead book darn quick if you worship her or try and hurt Sigil. Her face and the blades surrounding it would be the last you'd see. Interesting. At the mention of a face surrounded by blades, a memory forces itself into your consciousness. For a moment, you are standing in a darkened alley, breathing heavily. Approaching you in the darkness is an uncannily beautiful woman, her face shrouded in blades and with cold eyes. Suddenly, the memory fades and you talk into the lad once more. Why does everyone seem to have yellow skin around here? It's a sickness, it is, caused by the bad air. But with the smoke and all the factory smogs, it can get pretty hard to breathe easily around here. He shrugs. Some days it's not good to be out when the smog lingers too long. They can scald your eyes right out of the skull, so it's said. Can't something be done about it? I don't know. At times, winds come from the spire and blow the city clear of smog, but that's not as often as would be liked. He blinks, glances around, and shrugs. Ladies will, I guess. Don't make much sense, but then little does if you look at it long enough. Alright, is there anything worth seeing around here? Not much to see. The Great Foundry's impressive, though. You might check that out. Home of the Believers, you know? He stops to think. Most of the more amazing sites are in some of the upper wards. Might be better to look around there. I hear there's a brothel there, the Fest Hall, and some other places that are more interesting. I don't know for sure. I've been here all my life. Tell me about the Foundry. Center of the ward, pretty much. An impressive structure, to be sure. You can't miss it. Just head north. You'll know it by the big gates. He marks it on your map. And tell me about the Believers. They've got a bunch of names. Believers, Godsmen, Believers of the Source. We mostly just call them Godsmen. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they seem to get by pretty well. They're a pleasant bunch. They believe that everybody can be great as the power is even, if you just strive to reach it. It might mean you have to start a life over a bunch of times, but you'll eventually get there after a time. So they're another faction here. What faction are you? He smiles. Oh, me and Mida are Indepts. We're a faction that's not really a faction. We're a faction that believes that people are free to do as they will. We're a pretty loose bunch, and we don't take too kindly to making or obeying other factions. What is the purpose of all these factions? He glances at you. Factions are them that govern most of Sigil and the day-to-day business. There's a bunch. There's the dead, the dustmen that take care of all the dead bodies in the streets. Then there's the governors that make the laws, and the sensates. There's a number of factions. Here in the lower ward, we mostly deal with the Believers, the Godsmen. He nods in the distance. They have their kip in the Great Foundry, and they're a pleasant enough bunch. Okay, anything we're seeing? Oh, that's it. Okay. Alright, let's see what Cinder has. You see a large, blustery merchant. He looks to be totally hairless, and his pale yellow skin is scarred as if from burns. He looks at you intently as you approach. Greetings. He smiles at you. Greetings, I'm Cinder. I heard about you. You be the scarred, clueless fella that be going around the wards asking questions. What can I be helping you with? You look like you have a few scars yourself. He frowns, then begins to laugh. That I do. A few years back, I had me a kip set up in the hive. Some barmy maids decided to burn the ward right out of Sigil. Almost took me with it. Sick for a month I was. A month? That's not all that long. He nods and gets a faraway look for a moment. It could have been worse. Local mage healed me, fixed the scars and all. Could have grown my hair back, but I kinda like the look. You think this mage could help me with my scars? He looks you over and then shrugs. I don't see why not. Your scars don't look that bad. He looks at you closely. Aye. Now, who's to say? You should talk to him yourself. Name's Sebastian, and he sets his kip up over by the foundry. Alright, I may do that. I have some questions for you. I'd be pleased to answer your questions. He narrows his eyes and gives you a sly smile. About the shop and the wares you see here, that is. I'm not no tout, I'm not. What is this place? He proudly gestures around him. It's the open-air market, one of the best shops that be in Sigil. Fortune smiles on you to have entered it, Cutter. We have an empty stall. He points to the stall next to his. If you be a merchant yourself, you can just set up your kip and barter with the rest of us, as long as he isn't too loud or too much of a bother. Why is that stall empty? He glances at the empty stall. Merchant by the name of Zach had his kip there, got himself a page in the dead book recently. He frowns. Strange story, that. Strange in what way? He thinks for a moment. Well, I don't know the dark of it all, but Zach had a bit of a business trouble and needed some coin. He got himself a loan from Byron Pickett, the moneylender. After that, Pickett started trying to take the business from him, but Zach refused. He pauses. Go on. He sighs and shakes his head. Not long after that, Zach was a debtor. Pickett took his widow, Trist, to court to get the jink Zach owed. She claimed the debt was paid and that she had the papers to prove it, but they turned up missing. So what happened? He shrugs. With no proof of the debt being paid, the business was sold and the widow Trist held responsible for the remaining debt. She couldn't pay it, so it's a block for her. The block? Aye, the auction block. If you can't pay your debts, you get sold into service for a few years as punishment. He shakes his head sadly. He said something about missing papers.
Updated my journal.
Aye, Trist be saying that her husband, Zach, paid the loan in full and that she had the papers to prove it. When she went to get them, they was gone. He snorts and looks angry. I'd be laying Jink down that Pickett be behind it. Is anyone looking into this matter? Aye, the harmonium. He pauses for a moment, then sighs. No evidence of wrongdoing can be found, of course. Corvus, one of the harmonium guards here at the market, is real interested in finding what happened to Zach. If anything were to be found, he'd be the one to take it to. Where can I find Corvus? I already know he's up there. Corvus Corax. I think Corax, the Primarch of the Raven Guard, actually, he quoted himself as being Justice Incarnate at one point, so. You can usually find him over there by the west exit. He sighs. Would there be anything else you need to know? Alright, other questions. I'm interested in spells. He smiles. I think I can help you. Let me show you my wares. Alright, what do we got? +3 to armor class and +10% to stealth. I think I already have that. Force missiles. Alright, I might grab that. I've been told that Missile of Patience is really good. There we go. Probably have a level 4 spell. Okay, so I think we're done in here. I can talk to him real quick about the other markets or whatever, but... Weapons. He gestures across the market. You be one Anze then. This skips over by the furnace. Okay. Magic items. He gestures across the market. You be one A Lake then. He sets his kip up on the far end over by the furnace. Alright.
I'm gone.
So we finished the market. We learned how we can get into the tower, I think. Let me give it a shot real quick, since we're here. Yeah, because this is over where Groshek was. Here it is. Alright. Not gonna do it right now. Yeah, okay. Good, I can reactivate it. Next episode, we'll go into the siege tower, it seems. Sorry, listen to that dude scream. 2 for the price of 1, everybody. A good deal. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Next episode, we'll go to the siege tower, I think. And then, if there's time after that, we'll do, Oh, it actually gave me a quest for that. Yeah, I will not be doing that. I will do the quest, try and free Trist from slavery. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next episode.